Hey guys, it's Jimmy and I'm back with another video. Today, I'm going to be unboxing the Peter McKinnon Polar Pro Variable ND Filter. Now, what is the ND filter? ND stands for Neutral Density Filter. Basically, it helps your camera cut out a lot of light that's going into the camera. Now, you must be wondering,
Jimmy, why do I need to cut out light from the camera? I thought I need light to shoot video and take pictures.
yes, you do. But the neutral density filters, basically what I tell people that aren't into cameras or just getting into cameras, that basically the ND filters are like sunglasses for your cameras in a sense. Basically it cuts out most of the light, but it doesn't cut out all the light. So what happens when you shoot outside on a bright sunny day, it literally reduces the amount of light that's coming into your camera. So, and no further ado, let's get to the unboxing of this. I got two of them to unbox today, so let's get started. So first off, I'm gonna start with, so this one right here is a 77mm and it's a 2 to 5 stop. Now, 2 to 5 stops is more than enough for regular shooting, but I also got the 6 to 9 stop as well. So we'll unbox that in a little bit. But this is the 2 to 5 stop. If you guys can see that, look at the pattern on it. It's so beautiful. All over. Now, when I open it, it has a picture of one of Peter McKinnon's awesome photography photos. Look at that. And then you'll meet with this little foam thingy, so you can remove that off to the side. And then in the box you have the variable ND filter. So this one it comes with a case that's also signed. You see his signature here. So you can see here Polar Pro's logo along with the Peter McKinnon signature, and this is the 77mm version and also the 2 to 5 stop. So inside here is the variable ND filter itself. So you must be wondering what this on the outside is. This right here is a cover, so it protects the variable ND filter. And then if I just pop it off very carefully, I'm gonna try to pop it up very carefully, this is what it looks like. If you guys can't see, I apologize in advance, but basically right here it has numbers. So what's different about the Polar Pro and the other filters is that other manufacturers of variable ND filters is that they have little dots that indicate how many stops there are. But with Polar Pro, they made it smart and they add numbers to it, which is very awesome, so you know how many stops you are actually at. So this says 2, 3, 4, and 5. If you guys can see, again, I don't know if the camera's picking this up. 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then you will rotate to let in amount of light. So the bigger you go, the bigger the number is, the less light it allows in. The lower the number is, the more light it allows in. So that is one of the filters. I'm going to try to put it back in its case. And then move that off to the side. Underneath here, if I want to remove this, is, oh, okay, so this is the information cards right here. Like, here you go, Peter McKinnon, variable ND, and then a thank you, lifetime warranty. Oh, all Polar Pro's filters come with lifetime warranty. So that is great for the company. Like, I really love companies that offer that. So also you got your stickers and a reference chart. Very cool. And also in here, you have, instead, if you don't want to carry around this case, you have a little leather case in here as well. to carry around, much more easier. But me, I already have the Peter McKinnon filter case. If you guys watch my nomadic Peter McKinnon unboxing camera pack unboxing, I'll link it up here or wherever the cards are, so you guys can watch that video. It's on my second channel, so I will be putting the ND filter in that case instead and displaying these. So on top of that, in here it comes also with a microfiber cloth, and that is it to this box. And now moving on to the second one, which is the still the 77mm, and it is the 6 to 9 stop. So basically, again, look at the beautiful box that's on the outside. Look at that, it's so beautiful. And then same thing, you have the picture of you have a picture right here where Peter McKinnon shot. This is one of his photos. It's very awesome. And then in here, same thing, you can remove that. And basically everything is pretty much the same thing as if it was in the other one that I just showed you. But this one is just the 6 to 9 stop instead. Logo right here, Peter McKinnon signature, 77mm, and then it says 6 to 9 stop instead of 2 to 5. And then open it up, it's the same thing again. Again, here you go, this is what it looks like. 6 right here, 7, 8, 9. So remember I said before, the lower the number is, the more light it allows in. The greater the number, the less light it allows in. So I'm going to try to put this back carefully without ruining it. And then also underneath here, same thing, we have the documents again, and then also another case, another fabric case, and another microfiber cloth. So now that I unboxed these already, I recommend getting a variable ND filter, because if you're shooting video and you're running gun and stuff, you don't have to keep changing the filters. There are two different types of filters actually. Is a variable filter, which is the one I have, and a one-stop filter. So basically the one-stop filter is only like one stop. You can't change it or anything like that. It doesn't go beyond what it says on the settings. So I don't recommend getting that one if you're going to shoot video. If you're going strictly for photography, then I do recommend that. But actually, on the other hand, why don't you just get a variable ND filter? Is actually going to be more easier on you. Like I said before, the lower the number is, the more light it allows in. The higher the number, the less light it allows in. And for me, variable ND filters are a great purchase and great investment into your gear, especially when it comes to like videography, photography, and you're running, gunning, shooting, and you don't have time to change out the filters and stuff. Another reason why I recommend it over the standard filter is that you don't have to buy lots of it. You could just buy one or two, and like right here, I only have two, and I'm set. That's it, I'm just set. Instead of the other one where it's fixed, is that you have to buy multiple of it at once. And it's going to be very bulky in your kit. So I do recommend getting the variable ND filters over the fixed ND filters. Now that I've unboxed it, I'm going to tell you guys the pricing of this. So if you guys want to buy both together like I have, it's going to cost you $449.99 USD. If you want to buy it completely separate, like let's just say you're just okay with the 2 to 5 stop, which most of you guys will. If you guys are just shooting outside like YouTube videos and stuff like that, just the 2 to 5 stop is more than enough. But if you're like shooting out in the desert or something like that, eventually working for higher clients that it's really, really bright outside, the 6 to 9 stop will also be useful. But for majority of you guys, the 2 to 5 stop is basically like a really good one for you guys to get. And if you guys just want to get one of them, one or the other, it's going to cost you $249.99 USD. So now that I unboxed it and show you guys what's inside, let's go out and go for a test run. So I made it out to the park, and yes, I am social distancing. There's literally no one around me, and I'm wearing a face mask. You guys probably can't see because I'm literally blown out right now. So this is the reason why I came out here to show you guys what this variable ND filter can do, because I am blown out right now. Now, my camera settings are at 100 ISO, aperture is at 4.0, and shutter speed is 1/50th of a second. And I am shooting at 1080p, 24 frames per second. And I'll get into more detail in that after I put this ND filter on. So wow, look at this, look, total difference, right? The reason why you want to use an ND filter is because you want to keep the settings the exact same as you would when you're shooting a normal video. So basically, like I said before, I'm shooting at 1080p, 24 frames per second, and for every frame second you want to do, so 24, basically the rule of thumb is that the frame rate that you're recording at, you want to double it. So for 24, you want to multiply it by 2, so it equals to 48. But unfortunately, it doesn't have 48 on here, so you have to go to 50. So on most cameras, it's like that. They don't have 1/48th of a second, so you have to do 1/50th of a second. And same thing goes with 30 frames, 60 frames, and so on and so on. So also another thing about it is motion blur. So when you're shooting at right now I'm shooting 24 frames, so it's at 1/50th of a second. When you're shooting that, it seems more natural that way. So when you shake your hand like this, right, I'm waving and it looks natural, right? If you do not have a variable ND filter, you're going to have to up your settings. So your shutter speed has to go up, your aperture has to go up more, and things like that. Like, you're going to lose out on your motion blur, and on top of that, the shallow depth of field that we have right now. So if you see the structure behind me, you have that shallow depth of field with the ND filter and the settings right now. But I'm going to show you guys how it looks like without the variable ND filter and how the settings is like without it. So now that you guys can see, I took off the ND filter. The aperture is at 4.5 and the shutter speed is 1/500th of a second. The shallow depth of field is not there anymore. So it messes with that. So if you really want to get into film and do YouTube videos and stuff like that, I recommend getting a variable ND filter, and I'll leave the links down in the description box below. So now let's head back to the office. So now I'm back in my office, as you guys can see. I do love these variable ND filters. These are amazing. I highly recommend you guys invest into good gear when you guys are advanced and stuff like that. If you guys are just starting out and or don't have that much budget, I do not recommend you buying these because they are a little pricey at this point. So eventually, later down the line, when you do have more money, or when you get more clients and those clients pay you more, then you can invest into high quality gear like this. It took me a long time to get these filters. Like, I don't come from a rich family. You know, I don't have a rich parents or anything like that. These are specifically, I bought these with my own money. I worked hard for these. And before, I used to use variable ND filters from Amazon for like ranging from 20 bucks to 50 bucks. And the last one, before I got this one, I did a what's in my camera bag video on my second channel. I'll link it up here if you guys want to watch that video. But I may come out with like an updated version in the coming weeks or so. So maybe look out for that. But yeah, before I used a $50 variable ND filter, and that actually worked. You know, that actually got the job done. But the reason why I'm telling you guys, if you guys have the funds or want to save up funds to get these, I highly recommend you do, because with the ones that I got from Amazon, there are drawbacks, there are cons, and more cons than pros to these, because the variable ND filters you get off of Amazon, the cheap ones, they basically are like low quality. so the glass is low quality. On top of that, like it doesn't have like this one is specifically for 2 to 5 stops, and this one is specifically for 6 to 9 stops. For the one that I got specifically, it just goes in 360. It just goes around and around and around. Like, and the thing about that is that when that happens, and remember, variable ND filters, there's 2 glasses in the filter. So 2 glasses are like going around each other. So what happens is that when they come to a certain point where the glasses cross, it makes this like X effect over your lens, and it's very weird and very awkward, and it doesn't look right. So be careful of that. And on top of that, you don't know what fix you're at. So I try to eyeball it. Like there's little dots on there, so I try to eyeball it. But with these, you specifically know what stop you're at. So again, the advantage of getting a pro line, a really expensive line, over a cheap one. Also, another thing is that the ones I got from Amazon, they only come with like a year warranty, a limited time warranty of a year or so. But for these, they come with lifetime warranties. So if it gets damaged or whatever, through the reasons that they specify in their policy, they will replace it for you for free, no questions asked. But basically, like that's the reason why I love brands like these, like Polar Pro and stuff like that, and Peak Design and other brands, because they offer lifetime warranty on their products, because they trust in the product so much that they're going to give you lifetime warranty on it. So that's it for this video. Hope you guys like it. Make sure you guys, if you guys want to get it, like I have the links down in the description box below to my kit.co. There you guys will find links to not only these, but to other types of gear that I use. So make sure you guys check that out. And yeah, please like this video, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys on my next video. Peace.